Have you ever felt a deep frustration with the law of attraction? You've visualized, you've affirmed, you've scripted your desires with perfect clarity, only to find yourself stuck in the same reality, looking at the same bank account, and feeling the same old limitations. You've been told to just think positive thoughts, to hold a high vibration. But if it were that simple, wouldn't everyone be living their dream life? The truth is, these popular teachings are missing the single most critical piece of the puzzle. They teach you how to ask, how to intend, but they fail to explain the mechanism that actually turns a potential future into your present reality. They show you the menu but don't tell you how to place the order. This missing step is the reason your efforts feel like shouting into a void. It's a process known in the quantum world as collapse, and understanding it will not just change how you manifest, it will change who you are. Today, we are moving beyond wishful thinking and into the realm of deliberate creation. You are about to learn how to command reality, not by asking it for favors, but by becoming the very person for whom your desired future is the only logical outcome. This is not about trying, it's about being. And it starts now. The fundamental flaw in mainstream manifestation is the belief that your thoughts create your reality. This is only a sliver of the truth. Your thoughts are just the beginning, the initial ripple. The real power, the force that materializes reality, lies in the act of collapse. In quantum physics, this is known as the observer effect. When scientists are not looking, a particle like an electron exists in a state of pure potential, a wave of infinite possibilities existing all at once. This is the quantum field, an invisible field of energy and information, where all potential realities coexist. But the moment an observer measures or looks at it, that wave of potential collapses into a single, definite particle in a specific time and space. The act of observation forces one possibility out of an infinite menu to become your physical experience. You are that observer. Every second of every day, you are collapsing the field of potential into your experienced reality. The problem is, you've been doing it unconsciously. Your desires for wealth, for love, for health, they all exist right now as possibilities in that field. But what are you observing? What are you collapsing? You are not collapsing the reality you think about for 5 minutes a day during meditation. You are collapsing the reality that matches your dominant embodied state for the other 23 hours and 55 minutes. Your embodied state is the sum total of your identity, your deep-seated beliefs, your emotional patterns, and the programming of your nervous system. It's the frequency you broadcast not from your mind, but from your very being. You do not get what you want in life. You get who you are. Read that again. You get who you are. Most people are unintentionally collapsing a reality of lack, struggle, or fear, because that is the state their body knows as home. It's the familiar frequency. You can spend an hour visualizing abundance, but if your nervous system is wired for survival and scarcity, your body is screaming a louder, more coherent message into the field. Your body, your subconscious mind, is the observer. It governs 95% of your life. Your conscious intentions are a tiny whisper against the roar of your subconscious programming. Neuroscience has proven that your body doesn't know the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. When you worry, your body produces the stress chemicals as if the feared event is actually happening. This is crucial. Your body is constantly living in a particular state, and that state is the signal collapsing your reality. This is why you must shift your identity first. You cannot create a new future while wearing the energetic clothes of your past. You must stop being the person who is waiting for abundance and start embodying the identity of the person who is already abundant. This is what the great mystic Neville Goddard meant by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's not about pretending. It's about so fully embodying the emotional signature and identity of your future self that your body believes it is already here. Now, this internal shift in being is the observation. It is the command that instructs the quantum field which reality to collapse. So how do you make this shift? How do you move from a person who wants success to a person who is success? The mechanism is coherence. Collapse is not a random event. It is guided by the coherence of your signal. Coherence is when your heart and your brain are in sync, when your thoughts and your feelings are aligned. When you think a thought of gratitude and your body floods with the genuine emotion of appreciation, you create a powerful, coherent, electromagnetic signature. This signal is broadcast into the quantum field. The field does not respond to your words or your pictures. It responds to your frequency, to the coherence of your being. The primary challenge is not to wish harder, but to discipline your internal state long enough to hold the new frequency. You must practice being your future self until it becomes your default identity. This is why we recommend consistent, disciplined practices. Coherent breathing, where you inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds, is a powerful tool to regulate your nervous system. It moves you out of survival mode and into a creative state. It signals safety to your body, making it receptive to a new reality. Imagination is not fantasy. It is rehearsal. When you close your eyes and rehearse the life you desire, feeling the emotions as if they are happening now, you are rewiring your brain and reconditioning your body. You are installing the neurological hardware of your future so that when it appears, it feels familiar. You are literally building the new you from the inside out. Let's go deeper. This isn't just about feeling good. It's about becoming a new dimension of yourself. Your current reality is a reflection of your current personality. Your personality is made up of how you think, act, and feel. To change your reality, you must change your personality. You must become someone else. This is where the science of epigenetics comes in. Epigenetics shows that your emotional states can literally turn genes on and off. By consciously cultivating elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love, you are not just changing your mood. You are sending new chemical signals to your cells, altering your genetic expression. You are becoming, at a biological level, the person who lives in that desired reality. This is the ultimate alchemy. Ancient spiritual traditions understood this profoundly. The Vedanta philosophy speaks of Brahman, the ultimate reality, the unified field from which all things emerge. It teaches that Atman, the individual self, is one with Brahman. You are not separate from the field. You are the field observing itself. The Bible states it as I am that I am. That is a declaration of being, not a request. When you say I am wealthy, I am healthy, and you embody the feeling of that declaration, you are claiming your creative power. You are collapsing the reality where that statement is true. The challenge is that most people are unconsciously declaring, I am lacking, I am tired, I am a victim, and the field, which is impartial, faithfully delivers that reality. You must break the addiction to your old self and the familiar negative emotions that come with it. This requires a radical commitment to your internal world over your external one. To make this practical, you must integrate this into your daily life. It cannot be something you just do for 10 minutes in the morning. You must live as the collapse. This begins with micro-habits. If you desire to be a confident person, what is one small, confident action you can take right now? Perhaps it's making eye contact with a stranger or speaking up in a meeting. These small actions are votes for your new identity. They send a powerful signal to your subconscious that this is who you are now. The most potent time to reprogram your identity is just before you sleep. As you drift into slumber, your brainwaves shift into the theta state. This is the gateway to your subconscious mind. Instead of replaying the worries of the day, use this precious time to embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Feel the relief of the debt being paid. Feel the joy of the loving relationship. Feel the freedom of perfect health. Fall asleep in that state. As you sleep, your subconscious mind will accept that reality as its new truth and begin to work on collapsing it into your physical world. You are literally programming your future while you sleep. I want you to commit to this for 1 week. For 7 nights, fall asleep living in the reality of your choice. Don't just think about it. Feel it in every cell of your body. This single practice can create a more profound shift than years of traditional visualization. Will you make that commitment to yourself? The journey of becoming your new self will inevitably be tested. As you begin to hold this new state of being, your old reality will push back. You might see evidence that contradicts your new identity. A bill arrives. A negative comment is made. The old self, the old patterns of doubt and fear, will try to reclaim their territory. This is the most critical moment. This is where most people give up. They see the 3D world and conclude it didn't work. But you must understand, the external world is just an echo of your past vibration. Your job is to remain loyal to your future reality, not your current one. You must stabilize your new state of being regardless of what your senses tell you. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're turning the dial, you hear static and snippets of other stations before you lock onto the clear signal you want. Doubt is the static. Your old reality is the other station. You must keep your internal dial locked onto the frequency of your desired reality until it comes in loud and clear. This is not a battle of will. It is a discipline of being. When doubt arises, you don't fight it. You observe it, and you gently return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You use tools like coherent breathing to calm your nervous system and reaffirm your new identity. You must make your inner world more real than your outer world. Resonance in quantum mechanics teaches us that when two frequencies come into contact, the lower frequency will rise to meet the higher one. As you consistently hold the high frequency of your new identity, your external reality has no choice but to resonate with it. The universe must rearrange itself to match who you have become. So let's bring this all together. Manifestation is not an act you perform. It is a reality you embody. The common teachings have failed you because they focused on intention without teaching you the science of identity. The missing step is collapse, and you are the one collapsing reality every moment with your state of being. You do not attract what you want. You collapse a reality that is a perfect mirror of who you are. Therefore, the work is not to chase a reality on the outside, but to build a new identity on the inside. This is a radical shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being the architect of your reality. It is a journey from asking to commanding, from hoping to being. Your power is not in your thoughts alone, but in the coherence between your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical body. By using practices like coherent breathing, imagination rehearsal, pre-sleep embodiment, and micro-habits, you systematically recondition your body and rewire your brain to live in your future, now. You move from occasionally practicing these techniques to living as the collapse, making your desired state your permanent home. This is the great work. It is the journey of remembering your true nature as a divine creator. You have the blueprint and the tools. The only question left is, will you do the work? Will you commit to becoming the person for whom your dreams are not just a possibility, but a reality? Your future self is waiting for you to make that choice. Make it now.